Okay.
It went
Bro,
splendidly.
thing on the page is still where the book tells of the murderous massacre committed by the Lady of Shadow among the Colossus demon of the Midnight Isle. It seems it happened quite recently. Can we talk to them? Our lady doesn't like it when we talk to our guests. Okay, guess not. Let's check this one.
A success
The
worthy
Lady in
of
Shadow's
praise.
library is called the Vault of the Graves. It contains a biography of everyone whose life Nocticula has ever taken, and her victims are innumerable.
All according to plan.
Let's check this one. Our Lady in Shadow is the Queen of Midnight Isle, Lady Nocticula, Demon Lord of Darkness and Lust. Okay. Hey guards. My blade serves Our Ladies in Shadow. Our Lady in Shadow. Ah, hello. So Tikuna?
Greetings.
Oh, Arilu. Ah, okay, cool. Hi.
Greetings, Commander.
Lady Arilu, allow me to express my deepest admiration of your work, and may I just ask...
Okay. Came to speak with Nika, not you, Aurelio. What are you doing here, Aurelio? And with such an atoll? Fancy seeing you here. I have a lot of questions for you. Follow me again. I see what yourself, scum. Yeah.
All in good time. You will have your meeting with the Lady in Shadow. But first, there is something else.
I've got to say, still, like, the voice acting is on point. Like, the voice for this character is just awesome. Like, for every single one so far.
You have walked a long
Whenever there was
path,
voice acting.
one where shadows constantly flicker at the edge of your vision, and questions multiply like flies above carrion. It is time for answers. At least, some of them.
Okay. Where's she taking me now? Back to the start.
Day 16, Aridus 4715. Experiment, transformation. Subject, let's skip that. Objective, to embed the essence of a Nehindrian crystal in the soul of the subject. Expected result, the essence will coalesce with the subject's soul, which will ready itself for total transformation, triggering the concomitant powers. The time has come to put my plan into action.
Aha, okay.
You are my creation. Your power was my gift. Now you know.
So, you want me to believe Sly? Let's say I believe you. Why did you need to do all
You
of
are
this?
asking the right questions, but the time has not yet come.
Okay.
Ah, such special memories. Remember the laboratory, do you? I told you back then. Go on, look around. See all the ones Lady Aurelia worked on. Here with us is definitely the place for you.
Okay. Unseen angel does not speak, but a silence seems to thunder in your ears.
Your power is of the same kind as that of Nulkineth, Jeribeth, and the other demons that you have met. The power of the Nehindrian crystal dissolved into the blood lies within your soul. I have already hinted at this to you once before, when I left the essence along with the lexicon of paradox in my old laboratory, and ordered the suture to make sure the gift found its way into your hands. But there is more. Do you remember when you were taken to Canobris with a wound that would not heal? Do you remember how Terendelev apparently healed you? That was merely an illusion. The dragon was only able to temporarily dull the pain. In fact, it was I who saved you, when I came to you in the caves and implanted a crystal within you. No, saved is not the right word. Your wound is still not healed. That is why your wound weeps blood from time to time, every drop of which burns your enemies.
Guess this comes suddenly. I never expect this. Damn. Okay. Oh, hi. As if to confirm my words, blood begins to seep from the wound of her chest. Eerie flames seem to dance within the crimson drops. Okay.
This is pure essence of Nehindrian crystal. My invention is far superior to the crystals used by Xanther, which were barely refined at all. It will give you new strength and help you to overcome the wound that still slumbers within your soul. Take it. Take it, and you will see that this is the very power that has lived in you since the Battle of Canobris.
Like, this sounds like a trap. Holy fuck.
Not much of a threat. Look at me. Before you know it, I'll be a decrepit heap of flesh just like so. But I still managed to keep living somehow.
It's not how. That's not going to work. You need time. Ah, that's a. I will not refuse. This one makes sense. Like, I have no idea what this choice. This sounds like a major choice. I will not refuse. It's probably I will decide how to. Now we will go with this one.
Very well then. Ask your questions and I will answer.
Okay, what is this wound in my soul? How dangerous it
It
is?
was my mistake.
It's
My
all voiced
failure.
so great. I'm
I
just
failed to-
going through anything.
The tale is too long to recount here. Your wound is a reflection of the world wound in a way. It is very dangerous, even if you do not yet realize it. It is not a disease, but rather an abscess, which will one day burst and kill you. It cannot fully be healed until the world wound is healed. No doubt you have felt this affliction on several occasions. It awakens when you use your power. It makes you sense more strongly what mortals call the corruption of the abyss. Until the world wound is healed, you will have no peace.
I still ask myself if you have to kill Aurelio at some point. Like, I don't think she will die at all. She's probably you live your life with her next to you. She's just like doing those weird experiments and stuff, and you're just like, okay, I don't care. And she's like not hurting anyone anymore. It's just like she's just like doing it for science. You follow me.
Of course. I even kept notes. I began my observations long before our meeting in Canobris. You were chosen and prepared for a special destiny. I am pleased to see that you still wear them. I enchanted them specially to protect you from danger. I am glad you found my gift useful.
Do I have bracers with my name? Okay.
Aside from this, I helped you, even when you were unaware of my presence. I saved you and your unfortunate companions when you fell into the crevice in Canobris. In the Grey Garrison, it was I who distracted Minago to allow you to approach the Wardstone. And in Dresden, I appeared under the guise of Yoniel to guide you toward the Sword of Valor. And I also left you a present in my old laboratory, and told the Suture to see that you received it. I knew that sooner or later you would find your way there. That place exerts a powerful pull.
As soon as you helped me thwart the plans of your master Pathfinder, sorry. Don't expect thanks for your help. You're a seeming liar and an enemy. You will die in my hands sooner or later. Chaotic. In that case, thank you for your help. You should help me more often. Okay, we just go with chaotic. Let's go.
But do not expect me to solve all your problems.
Awesome.
A child that is forever
Chaotic is just
carried in
great.
its mother's arms will never learn to walk.
Okay. Why was it all ploy with the lab necessary? You were sacrificed to my son, the future suture for it.
You always have to sacrifice something. I wanted you to go to the laboratory to see with your own eyes what I had been doing and what I am capable of, so it would be easier for you to accept the truth. The laboratory is the place where I prepared your ascent. And the Suture was the only one who I could trust to execute my plan and explain everything. After all, he too once experienced rebirth at my hands, and that is why I was willing to risk his life.
Thing is, like, he's only alive because I was a nice person and let him live. Like, I'm usually in those games, I'm trying to let them live and see what happens, actually. But yeah, like, at least in the first playthrough, you know, just to see it, the most out of it, I would say. If you just killed someone pretty early and you're just like, oh god, I killed him, and now now you don't even see this guy anymore, it's kind of meh. So it would be better if you would told me everything instead of playing mind games. All I know is trigger didn't see. How can I trust you? No. Go with this one.
Knowledge gained independently through research and experimentation is far more valuable than knowledge that is simply given. That is why I wanted you to go to the laboratory yourself. I just gave you a nudge in the right direction.
Alright, tell me about the Indian crystals. Start from the beginning.
Nehindrian crystals are formed from the solidified blood of demon lords. Their properties are not well known, even among the inhabitants of the Abyss. And there are reasons for this. Acquiring the blood of a dead demon lord is very difficult. After a demon lord dies, their body is instantly absorbed into the Rift of Repose. Only the Lady in Shadow knows how to kill them in a way that allows her to preserve the bodies of her fellow lords and transform them into a solid state. That means that Nehindrian crystals cannot be obtained anywhere other than the Midnight Isles. Or rather, it was impossible until recently, when I managed to experimentally obtain a crystal from the blood of a still living lord. You saw the result. A dagger made from Discare's freshly shed blood, which I left for you in Canabris. As regards the use of the crystals, that is a discussion that would take time, a very long time. Someday I will finish my groundbreaking treatise on the transformation of Nehindrian crystals, although it is unlikely I will ever publish it.
So it's kind of... So okay, the Nehindrian crystals are more or less like... It can kill demons, so it is like a weapon against demons, but it can also enhance demons. Just like, okay. Let's say their weakness and strength at the same time. Okay.
Not just any creatures, demons and half-demons. The soul must have a stable connection with the Abyss in order for it to receive the power of the crystal. Experiments involving tieflings and mongrels failed because the voice of the Abyss was not strong enough within them.
What about a demon?
I wasn't a demon either when I started. But there are always ways to circumvent or even to override the laws of the universe.
Okay.
I changed myself by knitting my soul together with the essence of the Abyss. And I changed you. Do you remember the fits of rage that began shortly after Discare's attack on Canabris? This is how the second half of your soul manifested itself. Not yet fully aware. Not yet awakened. It's a pity you did not choose to let your demonic nature take hold. The result would have been most impressive.
Oh wait, is you talking about the demon? The demon mythic path? Like, you could take a demon mythic, but probably this is what she's talking about. Because I took Azata and not demon. If I had the demon path, I would probably unlock this, the results she's talking about. I'm just assuming it.
All those arrogant crusaders, those knights with their eyes ablaze, those pious priests. They have installed at the head of their magnificent army a scion of the Abyss, the creation of the architect of the Worldwound, whom they so revile.
Yeah. I just see you here in Nocticula's place. Who do you really serve? Discari, Baphomet?
Both. And neither. I have served both Discari and Baphomet, and not merely as the lowest in the pecking order. But I do not think you'll be surprised when I tell you that to me, both of these mighty lords are merely convenient temporary sources of power. and their time is almost at an end. But the Lady in Shadow is different. She is the preeminent ruler. Soon you will understand this for yourself.
Okay. My power is different from that of Cherubeth, Nulkinef, and the other demons.
Yes, because I taught Xanther and the other servants of Baphomet and Discari the earliest version of this transformation ritual. I spent decades perfecting it until I obtained the power that I gave to you. Power in its most purified form, cleansed of the filth and chaos inherent within the original blood of the demon lords. Your power is as pure as thrice distilled water, but it resonates with other powerful sources of supernatural power, such as the Sword of Valor. And your power can change. You must have realized this already. You have shaped my gift into a form that you yourself have chosen.
Yeah, that's the mythic stuff, things which she's talking about.
You are seeking answers, trying to understand the crux of the matter. That is good.
What I want to know is this. What do you want from me?
Patience. Before we continue, I want you to receive your power.
Okay, I will take it. Let's go. Okay, I guess I'm immortal now. Okay, you touch essence and the power so familiar as a clear flows through you like a river. The power that courses through you is so immense. The wound on your chest close up as if it never existed.
Now you know. You truly know.
Enough! Enough of this madness! I was blind. O Lady of Heaven, how blind I was. I saw holiness in the half-fiend's creation. Away! Away from this festering hole! I must bring this terrible truth to Queen Galfrey, and save those who can be saved from this darkness!
So he's like against me now. Okay.
I want to help you close the world wound.
Okay. His words are cut off by a quiet low thing. Sitting on the throne that was empty just a moment ago is none other than Nocticula, the ruler of Alushan Shira and the Midnight Isle, a powerful demon lord and the one they call Our Lady in Shadow. Her red lips curl into an ironic smile and her large eyes observe you with keen interest.
You were about to say, we are going to close the world wound, weren't you, Arilu? I see no reason to continue deceiving this mortal. Now, I am convinced that she is quite worthy of serving me. I will even reward
She looks
her
really
with a
cool, not
modicum
gonna
of
lie. The
knowledge
design is really cool.
about the events in which she is about to take part.
That's like kinda how I expected. It's kinda awesome. I have too many questions and I demand answers.
You are a guest here, mortal. A guest of the Lady in Shadow, the vanquisher of many a demon lord. I am the only one here who is entitled to demand answers. You may ask your questions when I allow you to do so. For now, remember your manners and greet me properly.
Okay, you've been sitting on your throne and listening to us the whole time.
Naturally, I am in the habit of observing my servants and guests while remaining unseen. Their private
Oh
thoughts
god,
come
okay,
most
wait.
clearly from their lips when they believe themselves to be unwatched. And secrets exchanged in whispers are often invaluable.
Good reach for your web, mate. Word of honor, don't play against me. I'm not afraid to fight you. Respectfully, please allow me to greet you, great rule of. I've gotta say, I even like this one with the bow respectfully and the screen of like just being nice at first. The next one is pretty cool too. Yeah, hi. So just so you understand, I'm not going to grovel my knees before you. The other one, smile charmingly. That's like the most Bard answer you could get. Like this, just yeah, truly, man. It will bring me a great happiness to get to know you better. That's like the best fucking answer ever, for real. Okay, we're going with this one. We have to.
I see that rumors of your passionate nature weren't exaggerated. I have heard some rather impressive tales of your escapades. I
Okay.
have had my eye on you for a very long time. You see, it was at my behest that Lady Vorlesh imbued you with such incredible powers. But I was curious to see your worth as an individual, not as Lady Vorlesh's creation. Thus, I decided to postpone our meeting and see how you'd fare in Alashanira, and whether or not you could win respect and power among those not so easily impressed by outstanding magical abilities. Well, you've passed my test adequately by proving that your character and your will are stronger than the Nehindrian powers Lady Vorlesh has vested in you.
Even now, like the voice on point. Every kind of voice acting in the game, which is like actually here, is kind of awesome. Like I just love
You
all
are
the voices.
wise, my lady. However, only those who have never known or forgotten what it is like to be mortal can so easily dismiss the importance of power. To be someone whose life is fragile and can be cut short at any moment, like a candle snuffed out by a gust of wind.
It is a shame your angel has left you, mortal. I would have liked to talk to him. I don't expect I will get another chance, as that celestial buffoon's days are numbered.
Able to see the end of, despite of all his enchantments. Why do you think the end of Endera is going to die? Oh, this one.
The herald of that upstart goddess. Here.
Yes, although his defenses were quite intricate. A commendable precaution on his part, as word of the hand of the inheritor descending once more into the abyss reached the echo of Discari almost immediately. Mind you, vindictiveness and guile have always been among his best qualities.
Okay, the end of the Inheritor told me the magic deceived. The eyes of all evil span the abyss, but not yours.
Perhaps you don't know everything about me yet, mortal. Perhaps you made the same mistake as many before you, and many who were more insightful and more powerful than you, by presuming to know what to expect from the Lady in Shadow.
About the echo of
He is
Discari.
a strange creature, a bespoke creation, so to speak. Long before the Worldwound was opened, Discari, that little cricket, was seeking a way to have some fun on Galarian and assert his influence there. One day, he decided to gather a few strong mortal followers, fuse them together into one being, and pump that being full of his own power, in the belief that something worthwhile would come of it. That is how the Echo came to be. To the great dismay of both the Echo and the Lord of Crickets, the Echo was greeted by Eredin, protector of humankind. Eredin gave the Echo such a thorough thrashing, the whole abyss thought him dead. And yet he was not. Cricket, the younger, is alive and well, though I cannot say
Whoops. Sorry.
the same for Eredin. But the Echo remembers his humiliation still. He hates anything and everything related to Eredin, especially his inheritor, Iomade. Her heralds, her priests, her temples. He would hate Iomade's pet pug, if she had one.
Yeah. Why does the echo of Discari prey upon the hands of the Inheritor?
Envy, humiliation, ego. The usual playthings of little boys from all planes and realities. The Echoes suffered more than one defeat. First at Eredin's hand, then under the onslaught of the forces of heaven. Those routes taught him to attack his enemies by stealth, boldly and often, killing and crippling anyone close to the light-bringing goddess. Now, it seems, he has decided the time has come. The Herald of Iomade himself is in the abyss alone, without a retinue of lesser angels.
I see.
He's an interesting little bird, that angel. Before he became the Herald of Iomade, he served Righteuos, the General of Vengeance. I've always found the fate of that Imperial Lord to be quite fascinating. Did you know that the father of the Upper Plains' top military leader was a devil from hell? Righteuos had to achieve many feats to redeem his unholy legacy in the eyes of the other Imperial Lords. But he did. A remarkable tale.
Okay, that's
Is it not?
insane. How the fuck?
Of course, not all your actions in my realm have been commendable, By destroying the flesh markets, you've harmed my city and impoverished my realm.
I put an end to the suffering and the pain there. I have no regrets. I admit my guilt and I'm ready to receive my punishment. And to be honest, like, the offer is not too bad right now. It took the whole game to get like good answers on Tulofo. That's great. I will never accept something as vile as slave trade.
You've just arrived in my realm, and you're already trying to dictate your own rules? As I recall, when demons attempted something similar on Galarian, armies were raised, and mortals fought to the death to stop it. I can scarcely believe it myself, but I will be gracious and show you mercy. I am a hospitable ruler.
Okay. Wizard is interrupted by a concerned looking succubus who silently approaches Nocticula and then begins fervently whispering into her ear. Nocticula's impression turns hard and cold. As Nocticula ponders the new development, the messenger makes eyes at you playfully. The messenger makes eyes at you playfully, okay. That's weird. You recognize those green eyes, except they were awash with pain when you last saw them. They are all bleeding out in the caverns of the nectars. The succubus smiles slyly and gives you a wink.
Another island, another loss. Enough. I warned them that I would not stand for the desolation of my realm. They have not heeded me, and they will regret it.
Green-eyed
Go to your
succubus, I know her.
sisters and tell them to prepare.
So like, wait, I can ditch her? Like she, I can literally ditch her. No, that's not
But I
okay.
digress.
Okay, not on
Let
this
us
playthrough.
continue.
On the evil playthrough, the first thing I would do is ditch her. This would be fun. She would probably kill her.
I have prepared a beautiful intrigue that will topple many of your enemies and seal the Worldwound forever, ending the threat to Galarian. And you have the chance to become part of that intrigue.
Okay. Did it really create me? No, it's not voice anymore. No. She certainly had a hand in your I love the voice. Come on, you could have voiced this one too. Nah. She has certainly had a hand in your present state of existence. Lady Foolish designed the Worldwound, a magical phenomenon of unfathomable power. To seal it, we required a key that was just as strong and unique. Simply put, we required a champion, and she chose you. Both your powers and that wound on your chest were the results of her experiments. When she infused your soul with the essence of the Abyss, of course, you remember none of that. Remember, sorry. Everything was done in secret. Even the power granted to you was purified, to the extent that it was possible, so that you would not guess its source ahead of time. In trial after trial, we watched your will be tempered, and when the time came, we started filing you with the energies of an Nahindrian crystals. These energies are necessary for the task at hand. Everything that's happened to you was a part of my intrigue. I was going to summon you and reveal the truth when the time was right. Instead, you have followed your queen's orders and arrived here early. One can only hope that you are prepared to accept the truth. Everything has its price. Your wound was, in a sense, the flip side of all my experiments. There was a reason why we required a true champion, not merely a living tool whom we could fling into the flames of the Worldwound and close it like any lesser rift. I think you should know that. Don't be too hasty. We have burdened her with enough revelations now. Give her time to become accustomed to the truth about herself. Then you can share all the details. Okay, we go with the Ember. Microbania Ember would like to speak to you. Ember? So that's a... Oh,
So that's her then?
okay, that's voice.
Well, approach. I have heard you bleeding your pathetic prayers at me. You have some nerve addressing me with such nonsense. Did you think I would simply repent? Renounce my status as a demon lord? Do you have any idea what I had to do to acquire it? Wait, what is this?
These are rolling down Ember's cheeks as she noisily presses her main hands against her heart, and as she says up to us here, her fragile form shudders from weeping. Why have we brought this simpleton here? This is Alashashir, not Nerosian. We don't give alms here.
wish to speak, then wipe your nose and speak clearly.
I know what you had to do to others and to yourself. I'm so sorry. So sorry. If only I could ease your pain somehow. Calm your sorrows.
You should hear out.
In my realm, I decide to whom I should listen and whom I should hang. Be quiet. You wanted me to hear the girl out. Then let her babble on until I tire of her.
Okay.
So, where were we? My pain? My sorrows? What nonsense are you talking? Don't tell me you pity me.
I'm so sorry. You're the most miserable soul I've ever seen. I've seen people burned alive. People being devoured by monsters. People burying their children. They were in pain. So much pain. But I've never seen anyone in as much pain as you.
Okay.
What is this saccharine drivel? What do you even know of me, Nat?
I've seen your city. You were the one who built it. It is the way you wanted it to be. It holds all of your dreams, all of your heart, and everyone in this city is suffering. Everywhere, all the time, every minute. All who live here are hurting and scared. If these are its citizens, how miserable must its ruler feel?
And this is what you brought her to me for. You think this infantile sniveling is worthy of my attention?
Okay. I've seen the Tour of Wisdom on more than once. Perhaps it would benefit you to listen as well. I doubt you will be able to understand him as you're a demon. Of course, she's speeches about goodness makes no sense to you. I don't know, I just thought it would be amusing to bring you two together and listen to what a feeble-minded preacher might say to a demon ruler. Okay, the chaotic one is freaking awesome again. Of course not. The little fool is spawning group. Let's just go with the chaotic.
Some jest. What if it amuses me to hang her upside down above a pit of ravenous larvae?
Okay.
So, what do you suggest I do, preacher? Beg the good gods.
This answer is so freaking cool.
Myself to serving a sword-swinging upstart,
Oh, holy
perchance?
hell.
Or that old crone, the moon?
Okay.
No. Gods can't help anyone. They're just like us mortals. Silly, frightened, clueless. You're almost a goddess yourself. You know better than anyone that no one can save you. No one except you.
Save me? From what exactly?
From yourself. From what you've done to yourself. From the city you've imprisoned yourself in. Listen! You are a queen, but you're the queen of pain and filth. Your realm is a realm of your own suffering. You're almost a goddess. You can do anything you want. So why won't you make yourself happy? You could become the Redeemer Queen.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Oh, the Redeemer Queen. That's new. Never in all my years have I heard anything like that. Well, child, enough joking. Get out of my sight, or I'm afraid I might decide to keep you here forever as my fool.
Do you think she took my words to heart?
I'm just saying probably because I'm a nice person, but like still.
That would be great.
I told you to get out! I don't want to hear your squeaky voice again!
What exactly are you offering me? Offering you the chance to become my weapon. Your enemies are a thorn. in my side as well as yours. What's more, I have never schemed against Golarion, nor have my warriors taken part in the conquest of your plane. At least not in my behest. This is no cause for enmity between. So I'm not even having to fight Nocticula at all. So I'm just more or less. So just more or less like only talk to her. It's just kind of weird. I thought like I had to beat the shit out of her, to be honest. Why would you want to close the wound? When the world went on, I was pleased. My realm was now connected to another plane. I wanted to make it into a crossroad of the worlds, a place where demons, devils, and angels could meet. The wound was a convenient path along which I could advance my ideas. But the Midnight Isles were not the only realm that had been linked to Golarion through the wound. The Scarian Baphomet now had also had a way from their realms into your plane. Their servants flooded my islands and spread it out across them like a plague of locusts, killing guests who were under my protection, questioning my rule. They were driving by their lust to conquer and enslave, whether on Golarion or in another abyssal realm. I was forced to shift my focus and express my discontent. Eventually, atop the bones of your servants, we reached an accord. I would let their armies pass, and they would comply with my wishes while on my island. Of course, the Accord is a polite fiction. Both the Disguise and Baphomets are attempting to amass their power and influence in Aloysian Shire to overthrow me. When they think I'm not watching, they break my taboos and revel in their own impudence. The worst of all, Lady Forlash told me about the Nahinian crystals. They realized what kind of power the crystals hold, and now they are determined to mine every last drop deposit hidden within my lands. And once an island loses its crystals, it becomes nothing but flotsam, slowly sinking into the dark waters of Ishia. With every lost island, my power is diminished. I could start a war and kill the plunderers, but a major conflict would hinder some of my other plans. So instead, I will teach my neighbors a lesson by orchestrating their ignominious defeat at the hands of mortal. Things like you're in between. It's kind of cool. Like you're not really like, you're more like on the Crusader side, of course, but like you're getting into the demon stuff a lot more now. So you're just kind of like a neutral guy between everyone. It's just like weird. What do I gain by serving you? A reasonable question. One must always serve one's own interest. Well, rest assured that you will be adequately rewarded. I will give you gifts befitting your ambitions. My patronage, which you can certainly count on, will prove more valuable than any enchanted trinkets you could dream up. Someone's feeling generous. While we're at it, you might as well ask for immortality, Eridan like divine powers, and pockets full of sweet pies, right? I can grant you immortality as well. If you think I will only reward the commander for a service, you are mistaken. I could grant every one of you whatever you desire most. You underground hunter. Would you like to get rid of your curse of short life that haunts the tribe, so that your eyes don't grow weak in 5 years and your arms remain strong? I would love that, but I'll have to pass. I don't know what price demons demand for favors like that. But I'm sure you've got nothing to pay with. I'd rather die honestly whenever my time comes than live with a debt around my neck. You're so powerful, why do you need me? If I were to make a move, it would start a war. Not that I'm afraid of doing so, but it would hamper my more important plans. Baphomet and Descari could never best me, and they would, but they could sow enough chaos and spill enough blood that visitors from other places would shudder the mention of Alosh and Shira. No, I will wage a war on my own terms, in the shadows, and I will remain unseen until I drive my blade into the enemy's back. And since Galfrey happened to send you to my realm, you have the honor of becoming my blade mortal. Be glad you wielded by skillful hands. We should also reveal how exactly our blade will be employed. We can discuss the details later when the moment is right. Now is not the time for idle conversation. How exactly do you plan to close the Worldwound? It is a complicated magical process. You will receive precise instruction once you've captured the threshold fortress on Golarion. At the exact spot where a Lady Foolish opened the Worldwound, you will be able to close it. But first, you will have to crush the Guardians of the Threshold, and their forces are growing by the day. Hepsamira, Baphomet's order, is a mining large number of Nahinian crystals in my realm. God, these crystals are a secret weapon. No army on Golarion can stand against them. You must drop Hepsamira. If you do not, your world will fall and my plans will suffer significantly harm. At one time, I disclosed the secrets of transformation to two servants of Baphomet in Discarik, Xantir Wang and Mutasafin. It was a well-calculated gambit which bought us time and assured both Discarik and Baphomet of my loyalty. Mutasafin is Hepsamira's favorite. He oversees the transformation of her army. Hepsamira is currently on another island far from here. The route to that place is plagued by pirates, monsters, tempests, and other more frightening dangers. Have you heard of the living bubbles of frozen time that swallow airships? And when the ships reach port, their crew discover they've been gone for 100 years. That is not the strangest occurrence that you could encounter on your journey. I'm willing to provide you with a decent ship and an experienced crew. If you kill Hepsamira, it will stop her sinking any more of my islands, but without giving Baphomet cause to declare war on me. What do you think, man? Personally, I would rather take my chances rowing to this another island far from here in the Rusty Bucket than make any deals with the Lady in Shadow. I'll steer. Why is it so important to kill Hepsamira? The Sky and Baphomet won't just stand and watch you close the Worldwound. They will send their armies after you, so you will need an army of your own. And that is something the Crusaders won't have for long. Hepsamira is mining more and more Nahinian crystals to empower her forces when she attacks Golarion. If you don't stop her, the Crusaders' resistance will be crushed, and the ranks of demons pouring through the Worldwound into the world will multiply 100-fold. You were sent here to cut off the demon army's supply of Nahinian crystals, weren't you? Well, that's exactly what we are going to accomplish. Or consider your offer. Yeah, we will go with her, like, let's go. And accept it, I'm sure. I respect your caution and won't force you into submission. We all stand to gain if you do my bidding of your own volition. Volition. What? An interesting destiny lies before you, mortal. You will rise to great heights and play a part in events of titanic proportions. Many would give their life for a chance to tread such a path. Hepsamira visits Alashan Shira every now and again, but her true lair is far from here. She hides on the island of Kolofir. To the northwest of my archipelago, there lies her secret forest. In the deep mines, her slaves dig Nahinian crystals for the invading army she plans to bring to Golarion. I will give you a magnificent airship and an experienced crew to take you there. It will be a long and perilous journey. It takes some time to prepare. Okay. My finger, I want to do the Lexicon of Paradise later for... So wait, what did I do? I have to do stuff in Arishan. I probably have to come back here then. Because there was like other things I wanted to talk. There's one thing, okay, many secrets of the world. You and my servant, Lady Foolish, you were just talking of the Lexicon of Paradox. For many years it has remained split in half, harmless. But what it once divided can be made whole again. Who knows what the power of the book could impart to its owner. What if they expand the Worldwound even further, or connect it to other planes? Not a chance. The Lexicon of Paradox has caused more than enough trouble already. You already possess the first half of this book. Find the other one and bring them to me. I will reward you handsomely. Giving the book into my keeping will also protect the land from suffering a second Worldwound disaster. The Lexicon of Paradox will be much safer under my watchful eyes than in the travel bags, wouldn't you agree? Why do you need this book? One world alone has been enough for an ounce of time. I want to ensure that some future... Okay, there's no more Worldwound then. I'll consider you over. Okay. Killed Willard as your court mage. I am aware of this, of course. I am lamentable in a way, since his fear of me was strong enough to make him impeccably loyal. However, his death is but a single move in such a large game. In games like this, losing a few pounds is unavoidable. Okay. If I am depart for Call of Fear, your guards must watch over the camp in Nexus, who are all who are there residing there. I will send my assassins to ensure that no harm comes to entourage. Be grateful for my patronage, mortal. I will inform you of treason. Is that so? Who is it you've decided to inform on? And more importantly, how did you learn these traitors were and of these traitors, and how credible are these accusations? Okay, Shamira's riches in the hindering crystals in secret. Perhaps she is planning to overthrow you. How nice of you to warn me, I'm impressed. I do wonder, however, did you really think I was unaware of this? Or did you merely want to demonstrate your loyalty? Either way, I appreciate you telling me. I will take this as a proof that I can rely on you. It is unfortunate that while you did uncover a defeat scheme, you still gave her the knowledge she sought. It would have been wiser to keep her in the dark. I'll have to keep a closer eye from her on now, and then again, it's also trivial. Mining the hindering crystals is a surefire way to sink the island. The crystals are on the bottom of the Ishia. I assume you understand why all who attempted to procure them on Alenthea were executed. At least you didn't tell Shamira about the mines you found. The last thing I need is the ardent dreams burrowing under my capital. Okay, why do you still tolerate Shamira? Someone has to deal with trivial matters. Shamira's betrayal was assured the moment I made her my favorite. Just as Sephorian before her. The second always dreams of rising to be the first. I know the feeling well. Okay, the helmsman of the Bone Shimmer is a manifestation of a Nahindri. He's looking for Nahindri's greatest treasure, whatever that is. I've had my eye on that ship for a while now, and you've joined his hunt for no other reason than to tell me about it, I'm sure. Still, you have made the right choice. Keep working for the parody of Nahindri, and I'll find you when your search nears its conclusion. Ah, okay, so this is like about the DLC. Great. A friend of mine, the storyteller, has peered into the future. In his vision, Samira was sending demons after you. The demons were strengthened by Nahindrian crystals. You are fond of knowledge, my dear guest. Let's just say I'm not surprised by her appetites. The ambition of that brat or lecherous goat of a sire were bound to surface sooner or later. But your warning will encourage me to keep a closer eye on her. You could have gone to Hapsamira with this and received the payment for your silence. Your foresight must not go unrewarded. Secret ingredient and XP. I want to ask you about the powerful denizens of the Abyss. What is her relationship with Aurelio? She works in me, isn't it obvious? Lady of Forlash is very talented. She may be the most brilliant and capable mind ever to come to from your plane. And the guile she used to betray one demon lord master after another impressed me so much that I offered her a position of my advisor on matters of magic. Naturally, the esteemed Lord Goat and Lord Locust don't know a thing about her betrayal of their faithful lackey, Lady of Forlash. I plan to keep it a secret for a while longer. Doesn't it bother you that Aurelio serves another master? I'm not prone to jealousy. Let the scary thing Lady Forlash serves him still. His bug brain seems incapable of sensing betrayal. As for Baphomet, he, like any talented liar, is most vulnerable when he is trying to deceive someone else. He was so pleased to have fooled Discari that he became blind to the treachery that was happening right under his snout. In truth, Lady Forlash's loyalty is mine alone. Oh god, I'm reading too much again, my voice is Just a little bit higher. How did Aurelio become your servant? When the world was first opened, it only led to Discovery's realm. But then there was another, more powerful breach. The wound expanded and its paths now passed through my realm. And Baphomet as well. Before long, all sorts of interlopers had heard about the power contained within the crystals here, and the Midnight Isles were soon overrun with agents from my neighbor. They flouted my embargo, burrowing greedily into my rocks, stealing my crystals, and the main culprit was Aurelio Forlish. She was the one who discovered the energies of the Hindrian crystals. I had captured her and was about to carry out her agonizing execution, when Lady Forlish offered me something I desired even more than her death. She entered my service, and her main task since then has been to close the world. Once it is sealed, my realm will once again be cut off from those of Baphomet and Skari, and their slaves will no longer be able to infiltrate my lands with such ease. Do you remember the elven archmage who used to serve you thousands of years ago? He's still alive. We know each other. Really? He was well past his year of even back then, and now, just how old is he? Can mortals even live that long? Well, apart from your immortal Aslanti? Say hello to him on the behalf of the Lady in Shadow, and tell him that the one who replaced him has disappointed me immensely with his competence. No matter how hard he tried, he could never live up to my magnificent elf. You know, you've managed to surprise me, a rare occurrence for someone who knows just about everything. Are Baphomet and Discard your allies? The Golden Lucas, allies is too strong a word for our relationship. Our connection was forged by circumstance, not out with a desire to deal with each other. Then, when the Worldwound opened, it tied our worlds to our dreams. I did not join my armies with theirs, but I was forced to make peace with them so as not to get bogged down in a tiring and distracting war. If I had the opportunity, I would have met them on my terms and expanded my territories at their expense. Unfortunately, this is not currently possible. By the way, one of them came to me with the offer of an atrocious alliance that involved conceiving little ones together. I'm still contemplating the species of my refusal. It needs to be clear and unambiguous. Everything is clear to me now. I want to know more about you. Recounting my whole story would take longer than your brief mortal life allows. The list of the demon lords I've slain is endless on its own. As if the number of islands under my rule. And that's just best. There's also my future. How did you become a demon lord? Bear in mind that I always have been unique ever since I was born. I was the first succubus of the abyss, that perfect specimen of my race. I had been enjoying my youth, sharing it with my brother and lover, until the hungry gaze of the demon lord Nahindri fell upon me. The greedy tyrant saw me as a jewel to be added to his treasure hoard. He tried to abduct me. I knew that I had no chance of defeating a demon lord, but in that moment I was not thinking at all. I was fighting for my freedom. When it was all over, Nahindri was dead. I created him. Nope. And for many days afterward, blood spewed from his open carcass. First his body turned to stone, then it turned to blood, which had been flowing like a stream, began to crystallize into massive purple glaciers. And now you see why they are called Nahindrian crystals. Perhaps they should be called Nocticulan crystals, because since Nahindrian's blood crystallized, I too did my understanding of my power. Soon after I began my campaign of conquest, I was cunning and swift, and the demon lords themselves trembled before me, knowing I could take their very lives. Only when all of the abyss spoke my name with terror and resist, did I decide that I had killed enough. I had a realm, I had power, and I no longer shared with my brother. I had servants, and most importantly, I had safety. No one has ever repeated old Nahindri's mistake. No one has tried to make me their slave. Are the Midnight Isles really the corpse of slain demon lords? Yeah, it's my sky literally built of the bones of my slain enemy. Ironic, isn't it? How did you turn the dead demon lords into islands? Surely you don't expect me to reveal the secret to you. There's no need for mortals to learn the weakness of demon lords. All I can say is that everything started with my desire for revenge. After I had dealt with Nahindri, I was furious at the thought of that vile, lecherous wretch just teleporting over Rift to his pose, where he could turn to stone and stay there to rot for the remainder of eternity. I wanted to trample his foul corpse to keep his bloody body within my sight forever. I yearned to display my glorious trophy to all of the abyss, and that's when my power first manifested. I studied my newfound abilities and learned how to use them. Before long, I possessed not just one island, but an entire archipelago. What do you plan to do next? Subdue all of the abyss? Possibly, or perhaps I have everything grand in mind. The abyss, who cares about the abyss? I have no more to ask. I have a question. Nocticula, how many copulation partners you had? I'm making a list for encyclopedia, and I believe you may take one of the top spots. Lilia tries spreading the side, but not before the question is asked. What matters to me is not quantity, but quality. And I am well ahead of any others in the abyss in that regard. That is where we will end this discussion. What the fuck? That was so random. I'm ready to hunt on. I still have to. I'm going for the business first. Yeah. So that's what I meant. Like, I got mythic stuff. Haha, great. Things like, what do I actually have to do here? Go to Colifir. I have no idea. Where was this guy again? Colifir. This was the guy in the port, wasn't it? I think this was the guy who sells in the port. Let's go to this guy first. Mythic stuff. God. Holy hell. This is interesting. Like, it turned out to be a complete different thing what I thought it is. Like, for real. Just like, okay, holy hell. I was not expecting this. So got created by Aurelu Flawless. So actually, Nocticula is not bad. Like, she's not a... Like, she's not a bad demon, even though she killed a lot of demons. It's just like kind of interesting. I would have never expected. I thought like you just have to fight her and that's it. Like, for real, that was literally what I thought. Hey, wait. Going for the mythic stuff. Let's go mythic. Oh, wait. Let me just swoop back. Yes. Mythic. Okay, that's what I have currently. Summon Astral Diva. Song of Defiance. Okay, we get superpowers. Superpowers. Mythic rank. Yeah, Zatov. Oh god, you get so much stuff here. Destructive Shockwave. This sounds so cool, but it's melee. Melee damage. Expanded Magic School. You can drink a potion as swift. That's actually pretty good. Not gonna lie. Extra mythic ability. Mythic channeling. Channel energy. The damage you heal or twice your charisma. Okay, that's pretty cool. Like, not for her actually, but it's still pretty cool. Weapon finesse, sorcerer's reflex. Okay, that's not bad either. Kinda rough, because there's like nothing really good for my bard here, to be honest. What is extra feet? Deadly aim? Ah, she deals damage. Like, we could actually go for like deadly aim and stuff. Just go extra perform. I literally just go extra performance because the bard stuff is so good. It's great. So why should I change it? All skilled. All skill checks. Whenever she makes skill checks, she rolls the die twice. Okay, that's pretty good. Whenever an enemy makes a saving throw against a spell, they roll to die twice. Getting a mic is like probably for melee stuff or attacks of itself. Whenever she hits with a charge attack or confirms a critical hit, okay. It's not for me. The spell, one additional creature. Whenever Asata casts a spell that targets individual creatures, not areas, the spell affects one additional creature within a 30-foot. That is freaking cool. If the target is an enemy, the spell affects one additional enemy, and if it's an ally, additional spell. That's pretty cool. I'll take this. Sippy magic. This probably works with heroism as well. I would assume. Oh wow, I literally don't need any of those. I think Haze of Dreams. You compel an alpha. On a failed save, the target cowers in fear. Okay, that's not bad. Like, this is probably pretty good too. Let's just go for Cassia. So we have like a synergy now, actually. The zippy magic and combined with the catastrophe. Catastrophe? Catastrophe. Rage for everyone? Yeah, but no one can cast spells. That's not too great. I think it's like I got heroism already. Chaotic healing. I guess we just take the heroism. I'm not really sure. I can't cast it already. Rainbow pattern and freedom of movement.
No mistakes.
I have so many spells on the board now. It's just crazy. Heroism is still on. I wanted to try it, like, wait. What kind of spell do we not have onto someone? Gotta try this one later. Okay, mythic for the paladin. I think there's nothing really special. Wait a second.
A bright future awaits us.
This is like a good idea for the paladin. What can she do? Mythic channeling is probably good. Yeah. There's nothing for summon, so we could go with mythic channeling. There's like something for evocation. Spell focus mythic illusion. I have evocation already. School mastery. I have evocation already too. Mythic resolve. Like, I don't have any. What's this before? Kitsune. What is the racial? Wait. Let me just check. Like, what is the racial minus? This one? Ah. Okay. We're getting the strength back we need. Oop, it is okay, and I literally don't know what else I should take. Oh, expanded arsenal. All one feats and mythic, such as select one school of magic. All bonuses from your feats and mythic feats that apply to another school of magic, such as spell focus feat and school specialization, now apply to the chosen school of magic too. Does this mean? Doesn't make sense to take it. Select monster all bonuses from your feats and mythic feats that apply to another school of magic, such as spell focus feat and school specialization. I think this makes sense because I was always on. I'm already on evocation. I just don't understand the ability, to be honest. Here we go, school. Nah, that's like. Can we just go for Destiny Beyond Birth? So we have no strength. Race stuff. Oh, Deadly Aim Mythic. We have something else for like some kind of mastery stuff. Oh, Longbow. Weapon force focus. There we go. I don't know what to do him. Yo, Rufen, hi. Spell penetration. I still have. Oh! I was big now. God, I was big. It was so small before. Working on corpses, working on corpses, working on corpses. Okay. We just go back to the Nexus. I'll take Lan with me. Ooh. Seems like we did a lot already today. I have to skill all of them too. We go with Lan is here. Archelay, that's what I mean. Medlock Tavern. We have to go for the... On my side, everything is fine. Just doing some Pathfinder gameplay, you know. Just chilling, vibing. Oh, wait. Oh, fuck, I took the wrong portal. Nah. Yeah, is that just vibing? I don't have to talk to Emma, probably. I still don't have this one. Walking on corpses, go to Colifear. Like, Colifear was the one in front of the Midnight Isle DLC, wasn't it? In the port. God, I was big now. That's so cool. Except... mythic stuff. So what do we have for the bow? Blue potions. Proof critical. That sounds great. Yep. That's not where I want to go. I want to go to the port. Well, I'm assuming Colifear was the one in front of the port. Let's see if I can ride the ship again. Or maybe I can get some more islands in. Because I don't need to finish the island if I can do a little bit more of the DLC. Chaplain was his name. Who was Corifoys again? I'm still checking for the DLC stuff. Chaplain was his name. Unfortunate. Okay, I have to go. Oh, she still has the off stuff? Okay. Interesting. Can be on. Let's talk to our friend. Thanks, man. Hello, treasure. Continue voyage. I won't take any further. Try coming back later. Okay. So I probably have to finish some other islands before. So that's facts. I just need to know what to Corifo. Yeah, how do I get off the ship? Up to the dock. There we go.
I'll go ahead.
I still don't know where Corifo is. Oh no. Was it in the flesh markets? I just... This would be something I would probably Google, to be honest. Portal? Battle Bliss? Let me just go to the tavern. Oh. This model will fetch a price at the flesh market. Let's bind her up and take her to slave traders before she makes a fuss. You sure about that?
I will resist.
You know what, we're just going for the normal one. This should be fine. Okay, that's more than I expected. The game is laggy as fuck. I don't know, like the stream was fine, I guess, but like the game felt so laggy here. Okay, yeah, just take this one. Like for real, I didn't mean to do this. Okay, book to the Bad Luck Taverns. Didn't even lose any HP.
In due time.
Menu? Wow. Pick lock.
I finished here. Is there more?
No, there's more. Finished here. Is there more? Righteuos. Still don't know. I can't remember the name. What was it? Cauliflower. Go to cauliflower. Oh, what? I'm stupid. I'm so freaking stupid. Oh, God, go to. Okay, that's the island. Oh, God, I'm so freaking stupid. Okay, I'm getting back to her. Like, that's the island. But that's the guy I have to search for. Wow. Okay, I'll just... Yeah, that's just me. Don't mind me. Just stupid. Okay, Nocticula. I'm coming back to it. The thing is, like, I don't know what the last chapter to complete this quest. I'm saving in front of Nocticula. But I don't think this will end the quest of the lexicon. Because I have to find it somewhere and I literally don't know where. Like, maybe it could be somewhere in the city and this could be here. This would be awesome, but like you have to... I didn't understand this really quite so far. So that's probably how you can reach this one here. I don't know how, like you probably have to do it like this. Yeah. Like you have to turn your camera at some point to get to the other side there. And I don't want to Google it, and I didn't get how the riddle works. It's just like, this was a not nice, not so nice riddle. Just go to Nocticula.
Greetings to you, Our Lady in Shadow.
Okay.
It's nice to see that even surrounded by mortals, you haven't forgotten who your mistress is, Arushale. You may rise.
Okay.
I didn't mean to. I don't know why I did it.
It's really cool. It was an interesting conversation. I'm ready to hunt down Epsamira. I hope you are well prepared. Have you brought your strongest companions on your journey? They will be the only ones you can rely on. You will receive no enforcements and will not see those you leave behind on Elethira for a very long time. Don't dismiss the importance of preparing for these missions. When you are ready, step into this portal and we will take you to my airship. The captain and crew have already received the instructions, and good luck to you, mortal. An excellent adventure awaits you. Yeah, we're prepared. I think this is probably the strongest team I can... Yeah, I can have, right? Like, she's a tank. Like, I could probably switch Otsila, but she's like, yeah.